Hello, guys. Welcome back. Listen, Linda. Today I am so excited. I'm so excited today, guys, because it is the birthday month, and I just dropped off all the goodies for the birthday party coming up. We're going away with a few friends and obs. We're gonna vlog that. But I just dropped it off and everybody got the gifts, and I was just like, I just needed to give them like a little taste of what the weekend's gonna be like. So I'm just out here all excited. But also your girl is just like, I'm not gonna jinx it, but we're just gonna reflect back on this video and I'll just tell you guys, remember that day I said I'm so excited? Basically, I needed to know that I just took off my headscarf because my sweet husband, boo person, came in here, gave me some snacks for my video. I also need you to know that I'm sitting extremely hard today. I'm doing all these things, y'all, to provide the content. Maybe I should start talking properly also. That would help a lot. Behind me is the marble DIY haul I did and that I just uploaded. And I would advise that you go check it out because it was like, didn't cost nothing. No money, no dollar. So I am going to talk about, obviously, so in the title, I am going to talk about the lessons I wish I taught myself or I knew when I was a newlywed. I got married at the tender age of 23, and guys, I was a mom back then. I had my baby when I was 23 years old, and when I think about it now, I'm like, shame, boo, you were like literally a child. Like you yourself was still figuring out life. I was still like basically like, and yeah, I was a mom. I just had to like make it work for myself. But there's a few lessons that I really wish I taught myself. Like I wish someone could just pull me aside and be like, chill. And that is the first one I'm going to start with. And I'm just going to like say, chill. I, in my head, had this expectation of being a wife. I had this expectation of like what my marriage should be like, what my husband should be like. And the first month when it felt like it's not like it's supposed to be in my head, I literally felt like I failed at marriage. I mean, really now. It also reminds me like how 23-year-olds in today's life feel like they failed at life just because they're comparing themselves to people's lives on Instagram. Like that was the same vibe in my head that I think I was going for at that time. And for me, I'm just like, I just wish someone could say, hey girl, chill. Second thing I'm going to say is that I wish I wasn't so hard on myself when it came to cooking. You guys probably remember my mother-in-law hinted that I don't cook well. Like I'm good at putting stuff in the oven, and there was a time I really put a whole lot of pressure on myself to like bake and cook and like be this wife, and I was just like, it's not my strength. My husband, he can literally come in, look what's in the cupboards, and dish out and make an amazing dish, where I cannot do that. And I just focused so much on the fact that I couldn't cook, and shame the poor man. Like he would just eat whatever I gave him because he knew I was trying, but it wasn't my strength. And I think I should have just like not have worried too much about being an amazing chef, and just going with the flow, and just like making, like we could have made like fun dinner nights together. Instead I would like work so much on my nerves whole day because I wasn't sure like what to cook or what to make, or like, and if I did it, I was always like, did I do it right? Oh, the recipe said they would Google it, and I just put so much pressure on myself unnecessary when my man cooks very well, and he is so okay with even having for dinner, he would be like, I'll just have a sandwich. That's the kind of man I married. So I really wish that I was born a chef Yes, that too. But I actually wish that I would have just not been so hard on myself when it came to cooking and baking. The third thing I think is, I would maybe say it's the most important thing. And the third thing for me is that so we got married and we stayed in a flat that we rented while we had tenants in his house, and we waited for the tenants to move out. So we were there for about almost 3 months. And when the tenants moved out, we eventually moved into that home. So the home required so much work because obviously there's been tenants in the place for quite some time, and it was just, it just got to me. I, like, in my head felt um, like, what? Like, is this the life I signed up for? And I mean, that was like the first few months of marriage where I already wanted us to be in our dream home. I really wanted us to like have the things I always dreamed of, and all the things that I've always wanted. Where meanwhile, girl, you are literally figuring out how to be a wife now. The pressure of all these material things, and I'm calling it what it is. I really looked at when I just got married, I really compared myself and our marriage to like people that have been married for years and years, and you can't do that. You need to grow with your partner. And I think I realized this quite early. I actually think I realized this quite early, and I probably realized this like within the first year, I think, because I, from that point, remember just enjoying our journey. But it's still something I wish and I would like to tell someone that's about to get married or someone that's newlywed. Like, enjoy your journey, enjoy your pace, enjoy what you guys are achieving together, what you accomplishing. I'm using the word accomplishing together, because it's not just buying a home. It's a big deal. It's not just buying that bed. It's a big investment. It's not just buying a fridge together. It's not just buying, it's not as small as we think it is. It's actually a big deal to start a life with someone. So girl, just chill. Guys, another thing that I think is, that probably had to do with my maturity at the time. Like I said, I was 23, but I feel like when you're married and you're so used to, before you got married, you were so used to like telling your friends, oh, and this and that happened, and da 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 da, because you would always have conversations with friends when it came to boyfriends, isn't it? We always used to talk to our friends, oh no, this one, that, and da da da. We always used to get advice from friends when we were dating. And when you're married, baby girl, you cannot do that. When you're married, it's between you, your husband, and God. It's not even between you and your mother-in-law or you and your mom. Like I always, like, sometimes I tell my husband, I'm gonna tell your mom because I know she'll take my part. but that's not how it should be. I'm just joking about that. But I always threaten him like I'm gonna tell his mom. But like, it's so important to know your place as a wife, like to know your place alongside your husband. And I think the first year or the first few years of marriage, really, I think that you don't know how to handle certain things, because you can say what you want to say, my darling. It is gonna be an adjustment. You come from 2 different homes, 2 different backgrounds, and it's gonna be an adjustment. You need to understand that this guy, he throws his shoes on the floor when he goes to sleep, kicks it off and he leaves it in front of the bed. When you take your shoes off, you might put it in the cupboard, and that small thing might irritate you. So it's gonna be an adjustment, but you will know and learn that you guys are growing together. Like, you're growing together as a couple, and you will also see, like, when you'll start thinking for each other, like before the person said it, you'll know already. That is the point you'll reach. Like, that is, for me, I think that is the best part. When the first or the second year, when you visit friends and you don't even have to, like, your husband doesn't even have to say it's time to go. You can just check by his body language. it's time to go. And like, that is how you'll grow. And during that process, you won't know that you guys are actually like, oh, you guys are growing and you're getting close together and all of that, because it's small things that irritate you. So obviously you won't see it like that in the moment. You're like, it's okay, I know he's not going to pick up his shoes, you know, it won't irritate you that much. You'll just be like, whatever. So that is the beauty, and that is what I love about marriage. So the last thing I think is that when we got married, we had a little one, and you know, and I know a lot of couples wait and they first get to know each other, and that is amazing. It's a really good thing. We weren't in that position. We had a little one, and it was a massive adjustment to like understand my husband as a parent, because he was more strict than me. And I think I was like, my mom was strict, but not to an extent where we were like, oh my word. So it was different for me, because my husband is quite disciplined and he's quite strict, and we're raising boys. And I remember, like, for me that was an adjustment. And I think we also had a lot of like disagreements and like a lot of conversations about parenting. And that, I think the first, because we had our baby, like the first, I was a newlywed as well, and that's why I'm bringing that in here. I was a newlywed, and like the first few years, while I was adjusting to everything, I was also adjusting to like this parenting thing with him. So I think it was like literally on top of each other. So for me, we are married 9 years now, and now it's basically, it's like, I feel like you get over the hardest part of marriage, like the first 2 to 3 years. The first year of marriage, oh my word, guys, financially it was so hectic for us. I wanted to make this video because if I look at myself now compared to when I started out as a wife, I think I obviously have matured over the years, and I got married when I was quite young. But at the same time, I also feel like I just put too much pressure on myself. I think all of it boiled down to expectation and pressure. My in-law and my mother-in-law did not put any of that on me. Neither did my husband. And I feel like I just put it on myself, because I had my own expectations and I compared myself way too much. And I feel like you need to understand your journey. You need to fall in love with your journey, and like you need to make whatever you have work for yourself. And we come from lack, you know, and we came from that. And I understand, like, you know, because God has brought us from that, you know, you appreciate what you have so much more now. But I also appreciate the fact that it was a journey and we got here together, and that's what I love the most about it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am about to be snacking on my cookies, and yeah, I just needed to show off my wall. I hope you guys love it. Mwah. Bye.